prepared man who is fully aware of its dangers. Robbie Maddison is saying this is it. To the top of the arc, he wants to go.
Joe, I have to tell you, that was an absolutely perfect landing for Robbie Maddison. He nailed that one. The sweet spot we talked about, he made it look so easy.
What more is there to say? Now comes what has been said to be the hardest part. As if 10 stories skyrocketing into the air isn't enough. The free fall back down. Here it comes.
Robbie was leaning out there. He was looking down, and the weight of that motorcycle alone would terrify a normal human being. But Robbie's so confident as he goes to the edge of that 100-foot drop. He's checking the bike is in the right gear. You can see him there, pushing up and down on the shifter pedal. Here we go.
He did it! Higher than anybody has ever gone before, and successfully returns.
Robbie Maddison, you are the fucking man.
Robbie Maddison, on his night of nights, has pulled it off. With his fiancée by his side, Amy, and Maddo has done it. 2 years in a row, New Year's Eve belongs to Robbie Maddison. Tess, that was some impact after that free fall.
Joe, it was an amazing impact. He bobbled a little bit, and it looked like he was actually going to shoot towards those hydro barriers.
Look at that.
You can see how hard he hit there. Blood on the hand, but it doesn't matter. He made it safely back down to terra firma. I guarantee you, Robbie Maddison will not be feeling that at all later on tonight.
He will trade a broken and battered and bloodied left hand any day of the week to now be able to put away the fears and back down safely to the ground. But that impact, he held on to the handlebars, and you saw it tore up his left hand, but he survived it and pulled off an amazing feat. Let's check in with Jamie Little. Jamie.
Tears in Robbie Maddison's eyes I've never seen before. I know there's got to be pain. That is a serious gash in his hand that clipped his brake lever there. Robbie, though, let's think about what just happened here. What does this mean for you?
Sorry. I mean, that was definitely a milestone in my life to overcome the fear that I've been dealing with, and what's been going through my head is amazing. But you know, it's hard to even bring myself to ride off the top there. But now it's all over. I'm glad I landed it, man. Hopefully that means something to some little kid out there and inspires someone to go big and live their life to the max.
How bad is that hand hurting right now?
The hand kills. I think I broke it, and definitely a gash that's going right to the bone. So, hey, wounds heal. I've proved that one before.
Robbie, earlier in the show, I talked about you, and what sets you apart from stuntmen is that you are a true athlete. You have better bike skills than most people in the entire world. You just showed it. How did you save it?
I know how to save that. I got to owe it to my trainer for sure. You know, I've been riding a motorcycle since I've been 4 years old, and those little things, you can't plan for that. That's just subconscious. So you know, it's just my life, and that just shows what dedicating to something does.
Everything you put yourself through, you put your fiance through, all of your friends. Are we going to see you back here next New Year's doing something else?
You know, who knows what the future holds. I'm just going to keep looking towards the future and just take each day and live their life to the max, and hopefully we do something big someday.
It's a huge night for Robbie Maddison. He's going to get that wrapped up. I have a feeling he's going to get out and celebrate with all the fans out there. Let's take a look now at some replays. Quite a few to look at as Robbie Maddison made it happen here at Paris.
Let's bring in Tess and Cam, and here's the step up 10 stories. Tess, was that exactly what you guys were looking for? Picture perfect on the way up?
Joe, I have to say it was absolutely amazing when he crested over the roof. We weren't looking at the monitor, just at where Robbie landed, and he nailed it. He could not have possibly landed that thing more perfectly than he did.
Another look as he crests about 108 feet up, dead center on the placement there, and braked it. Meanwhile, the reaction from Amy. What a relief, but that was only half of it, as Buddy and Dane had prepared him well. We'll give you more replay looks. We have the POV cam from PlayStation 3 as Robbie is taking in on the big screen here at the Miracle Mile shop looks of his own replays. That left hand will be tended to in a bit, but time to just take it all in here. Another look at Maddo. The 200 feet of the run-up ramp. The telemetry as you see us able to show you that crest, and then the free fall. Over 5 stories, well over 5 stories he went down, then to the base, 100 feet back down to the asphalt, and you saw that impact of the bike and the damage that it did to his hand, but it was able to keep control. Cam Steele, what did you think of the free fall down?
Well, when he rode off the edge, of course, all of us just frightened, unbelievable. You can see as he drops off, I think he knows right away he's a little bit long, dips the back tire down to try to grab the landing as soon as he can. A little bit long as he goes off, a little too much speed, and he does a masterful job holding the bike upright, keeping it together. It would have been so easy for him to get squirrely and throw it down, but Maddo, being as strong and tough both mentally and physically, he is able to hold together, although cutting his hand up, who knows what the injury is, but I'm sure at that moment all I could think about was keeping the bike upright.
We want to show you that point of view camera from PlayStation 3 because it is a dynamic replay of this. Here it is, point of view. Watch this. The free fall down. And that impact that tore up the hands. Can you imagine being on that with that view straight down? Meanwhile, Reese Millen, who is so courageous with his backflip attempt, reacting to Robbie. And Reese and his wife Presley so happy for their dear friend. You know, they have a dynamic relationship. They rib each other. One from New Zealand, the Kiwi, one from Australia, the Aussie. But they have such a respect and appreciation as athletes taking on